right, my nigga. What are you?
We all having
Hold on. No. What are you talking about? You just threw that in there. You just threw an extra. Cardi, bro, just you gotta show up. You feel me? You gotta show up. You don't care for either? I mean, I feel what you're saying, but like, I'm definitely cutting him out of that first track and then putting it as a solo Young Boy song and just going crazy, vibing out. You feel me? Whole Lot of Red was his peak. I mean, that project's kind of a mess, even though I like it as much as I do. I'm trying to think of a project that sounds like super cleaned up from Cardi. And I probably would have to give it to Die Lit, even though that's the project that I dislike like the most, I probably think, from him. Or the one that I'm just not connected to like at all. I like his self-titled. His most recent is cool. And Whole Lot of Red, obviously. He had one, I don't know if it was a mixtape somewhere in there, but whatever the case it was. I love his first shit. I don't remember the first shit. Die Lit was a vibe. Whole Lot of Red was mid in my opinion. Music was ass. Damn. Die Lit music, then Whole Lot of Red. I think I fucked a Whole Lot of Red so much because it kept the same energy for most of it. Outside of the few songs that it clearly took from previous eras, which kind of shot on the whole cohesiveness of it, which Die Lit 100%, I gotta admit, Die Lit had that to a T. It was the most well-structured, well put together, complete thematic album that Cardi's like ever put out, easily. But I didn't connect with it at all, and I got my reasons, obviously. But yeah, Whole Lot of Red was just that raw shit. And then I guess in comparison, his last shit, like I Am Music, it's got a mix of everything, not really focused on much, you know, but it's just kind of there. But it's got good music on it, like a compilation record of all of his eras, I feel like, a little bit. And then the earlier one, I think, like if I never heard Whole Lot of Red, I think I would have been a Cardi fan earlier if Die Lit didn't come out in 2018. I think I would have been a Cardi fan earlier because I liked his mixtape or that first record, the self-titled joint, like the most, before Whole Lot of Red came out, you feel me? But music was just a compilation. It felt like a mess. I feel you. And Die Lit and self-titled was good. You should revisit self-titled. I should.
I think Carter's best songs are when he utilizes his raspy voice from songs like Pop Out and Cocaine Nose. More unique and the energy goes hard emo.
Yeah, I don't mind him aura farming if the energy hard as fuck, you know, because some of those records on music are just they just hit, you know, even if he not really saying nothing or doing too much. Like some of them just hit, musically speaking, just building up a vibe, building up the energy, you know what I'm saying? Cardi, one of those artists where nobody can agree on their favorite songs. That's a fact. That's definitely a fact. I don't think most people will be able to narrow down what they think Cardi's best song is. I don't think I'd be able to. As far as taste is concerned, like I couldn't give you a one. I'd have to give you maybe like a top 3 maybe. And even then, it's just like some of it might even comprise of like a leak. I don't know. Shooter, it definitely not Shooter for me. But I get why you like it so much. Shooter's a great song. Magnolia, it had its era. I don't think Magnolia is timeless enough for me. Like you gotta Location's a good one. Location's a great one. Fell in Love is another great one. But Magnolia, I don't feel like that. Like it very specifically feels like 2017 era Cardi, and I can't really envision it in any other time period and me loving it. But those other records that you're talking about, like 100%, like easily. Is because he doesn't have a consistent artistry, so you're comparing apples to oranges most of the time? Nah, I just think he's had a very, it's hard to say diverse, but he's had like very popular periods in each era of his career where I feel like he managed to capture a different demographic to a certain extent, you know? Like, yeah, I feel like there's like it's a group of people that could all probably agree that they are like, all right, this is his best era. No, this is the best one. This is the best one. You know what I'm saying? And I don't feel like he's been in the same space long enough to cater to that same audience that he's cultivated, you know, with his most recent drops, or if he decides to drop again in a year or two. You know, I feel like he may develop his sound in a little bit of a more calculated way, to where he may alienate another group of his audience by not making exactly what it is that they want to hear, because he's trying something new. So yeah, I mean, I like what he's putting out for the most part, but it's really hard to narrow down an era where like this is his one.
Flex featuring Levin Kai is probably my favorite, or Let It Go.
I don't know what my favorite one is. For me personally, it's like 100 different flows, voice, so it makes it hard for me to get into any consistent listening patterns. No, I feel that 100%. 100%. I'm trying to think though. I don't have a fave. Like, as much as I say that I fuck with his music too, you also got to kind of keep in mind, I'm more of a, I wouldn't say I'm a casual Cardi fan, but I'm definitely not like a day one deep in. Like, if you ask me what my favorite Chief Keef song is, it'd be different. Or if you ask me what my favorite, like, I don't know, Young Thug song, it'd be different. Or Future, obviously. But, like, Cardi, he been hit or miss for me for a large portion of my listening experience with him. So it's hard for me to even, like, I really wouldn't care to. But I could give you, like, a casual thought on it. I don't know what I would have, though, to be honest. I'm still struggling. How would you even describe Playboi Carti to someone who doesn't listen to him? I don't know. I really don't know. I don't even know how you put him out there to anybody. Like, currently, you're trying to, you could, it'd be hard to encompass his entire career into one word. You know what I'm saying? Like, and to deliver it to somebody and be like, okay, you're gonna like this. Like, it's like you may not. I don't know.
I truly believe that Carti's leaked songs are better than a lot of artists' catalogs. Molly was and still is the greatest song.
That's a great song. Better than a lot of artists' catalog. I would say better than his own label's catalog for the most part. I wouldn't say it'd be hard to, it depend on who you're targeting that statement to. Knicks loss made me orgasm. You hate the Knicks? OMG. I wonder what New York's reaction to the loss was. Clearly they don't talk shit when they lose, but I want to see like the pain in their faces from that same YouTube channel you showed me.
FD Signifier made a good vid about him trying to understand Carti and him not being able to appreciate it like other people.
I think we watched that, didn't we? I think we saw him try to describe it. Y'all was calling him Unk, which was, again, very, very disrespectful and rude. New York need a lick back 100%. 100%. I don't remember that video like that, to be fair, but yeah, I know a lot of people struggle getting into Carti. I struggle getting into Carti, and I started listening to him heavy when I was like in my early 20s. So I could imagine what a dude who's got like a full family entering his 40s or whatever the case is would think trying to get into him now, or even within the last like 3, 4, 5 years. Carti not for everyone personally. He had to grow on me. Yeah, basic pick, but my favorite one is Location. Location's a great record though. You can't go wrong with that. That's like it's so difficult. Wait, Ryota, Young OG, and Georgiana got a song? I know that's like a random thing to even, like, why did I just pop up on my shit? I forgot what I was about to say. Damn. Why are niggas doing that? Do a Carti you woofufu? We could do one. I just think rage music when I see him now. I've always thought that way about Travis. Even though Travis has tried to be more structured, I don't know. I feel like
Carti's leaks can compete against Jay-Z, Tupac, Eminem, etc. Crazy thing is, I grew up listening to Pac and Hov, etc.
You grew up listening to Pac and Hov. Well, I mean, if you did, there's no way you would have that takeaway. I get what you're saying, like song-wise. Like, if you say that to regular niggas, like, you gonna come off like you don't like hip-hop for real, traditionally speaking. But at the end of the day, it's like, bruh, if I'm going for a song, bro, I'm not obviously trying my best. It depends on the day. Because, I forget so much of Jay-Z's discography, so much of Tupac's discography, for example. when I heard the Joey Badass diss, I forgot what the name of it was. The most recent one he dropped, and it was a reference. Wasn't it a flip on Hit 'Em Up, or am I tripping? I don't remember like that quickly. Like the songs that they've been dropping recently have just been blowing me. But I went back and I listened to Hit 'Em Up, and I couldn't stop listening to it. Not because, I mean, obviously I am in love with that song. Like it's one of the best songs of all time, one of the best diss records. But it be put me in certain modes where I'm like, all right, bet. Like this is the zone that I'm in today. If you were to play me like a Cardi track while I'm listening to that, I would tell you turn this bullshit off. You get what I'm saying? I would tell you get Cardi out my face, but without Tupac or any Hove or any, classic, Wayne, for example, in mind, and I'm listening to Cardi, I'm not thinking about them. But if you make me think about them, then I'll be like, oh shit, damn, that's tough. Go ahead, put on Mrs. Officer, or whatever the fuck the track name was. I always forget the name. I think Wayne actually is the greatest, though. No, you can't. But Wayne and Future might have my favorite songs. That like, song-wise, I know rappers and shit like that. Don't get me wrong. Like, rappers are cool. But songs that I can play and talented rappers, Future and
favorite Pac album is Me Against the World.
Future and Wayne are my go-tos, 100%. Sorry, I can't do it. Like they got records where I'm like, all right, these niggas talking, like they spitting that shit right now, and then they got records where it's like, also, yeah, like I could play this whenever. I don't have to feel like I'm listening to a traditional lyricist or nothing like that, or a real rapper. I feel like they got music for like every moment of my entire life easily. Saw Baby getting up there slowly, nah. He's a great vibe though, but I don't see him getting there. I just don't see that. But he's like a great. I put him in the tier.
Top 5 rappers all time.
I put Saw Baby in the tier between where you put a guy like Big Sean and Kendrick. Obviously a different type of artist, but in between those
Wayne
tiers.
is a god, can't even get compared to nobody for real. He the legendary Pokemon.
Yeah, like he can't be touched. Like as far as artists that can't be touched, like can almost do no wrong. Like they might like I could hear something about them and I would struggle to stop listening to their music type shit. It'd be Wayne, Future. Damn. It'd be Wayne, Future. Honestly, Andre and Big Boy. But I kind of want, it's like separate, but also at the same, like separate but together. I want to say Scarface, but it's so many. I go so many stretches of time where I never listen to Scarface for real. Like I fuck with him heavy, but it'd be a lot of times where I just don't be listening at all. But when I do go back and like open up that book, I blow the dust off the record. I'm like, damn, man, this is really my guy. So I would want to put Scarface up there. And who else would I have? Thug is a good choice, but Thug had, I promise you, Thug don't have nearly as many albums as Wayne or Future to me. Like bodies of work.
There is no way you hear a song like Hallucinating and then not immediately put Future as a different level artist.
I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. If Andre had a whole album he was cooking for years, the shit would be so immaculate. For me, MF Doom, Billy Woods, Denzel, Andre, Danny Brown, Gucci Mane. Ooh, I'm dick riding though, bro. Like I got niggas from my own state that I could fuck with. You know, Lord rest. Damn, I forgot his name. Shit.
Is there any older albums you haven't listened to yet?
I mean, you have to ask me who it's from. Like, I'm sure it's a Common album I haven't heard before. I'm sure it's I've heard all the Tribe Called Quest albums before, but I don't remember them all. Obviously, like some of them I listened to just to listen to, and then I didn't really like pull anything from, like, because it didn't cater to me. I was like little or young when I like heard them for the first time. You feel me? Goody Mob, nah, I fuck with Goody Mob pretty heavily too. Anything like southern hip hop wise, I was on that when I was like between the age of like 8 to 15, 16 for the most part. Mess with Eazy-E. I fuck with Eazy-E. I could just take it. I could take him or leave him, but I fuck with him. Heavy on Memphis and Southern music in your teens, and I think it was primarily too because we would use LimeWire, and for whatever reason, I don't know if it was where the location of the computer or the IP address that I was using at the time was set, but it will always recommend Southern files.
Sean, what is your thoughts on underground music and the new mainstream? I remember you hated Ken's music when you reacted to it, lol.
Ken Carson? Yeah, I still don't see no value in it. Not in all underground aspects, but I'm more disconnected. Like, I had my own underground era. You get what I'm saying? And underground for me was more like you finding people like the Navy Blues and Mint, or well, I forgot. I think that was his name. Finding people, you know, at that time that were underground in like maybe 2016, 2017, like Griselda at the time. Like, I'm not as connected to the current underground space. For whatever generation is listening to people like Netspin and fucking I don't even know who else. It's mad underground niggas. Mike is like more so my shit, you know. Like Mike is still like I guess Mike is underground, but like not really. Osama Sun, yeah, niggas like that. Osama Sun, Netspin, some other niggas. I don't really, you know, I don't know every name in there, but
Isaiah Rashad, an artist for me who always got a song for what I'm going through.
Nine Vicious, another one. I don't really like Nine Vicious music though. Like, I actually could play you a Netspin song that I like, or I could play you a Osama Sun song that I like. You know what I mean? Glock 40, I heard Glock 40 before. I don't know much of his discog, but I heard his music before. What are my thoughts on Griselda Crew's music right now? It's kind of boring, I'll be honest. You know, realistically speaking, the revival of certain genres, or not genres, but the revival of certain eras, I feel like is what should be made as a priority right now, because I don't want to sit up here and be like, Griselda was like definitely one of the best.
It's sad that a lot of
groups.
underground artists have been grinding for 10 plus years and don't get acknowledged. Drown Millie, Fuck It, Camioda, La Dollar, etc.
Camioda and Drown Millie, yeah, I fuck with them heavy. I remember that I discovered Isaiah through the Fantano review. How did I get on Isaiah Rashad? I think it was through YouTube. Actually, y'all I don't know if it wasn't y'all specifically, but like niggas put me on to Pieces of a Kid. I think that was my first Isaiah Rashad project. And I don't even know if that was like an official project. I think it was like a combination of like playlists and shit that people had made, and then they sent it to me. But like that first Isaiah Rashad record, Sylvia demo, like still one of my favorites. I can still go back to it. I even like the Sun's Tirade still. It was a lot of good music off of there. Park, still one of my favorites. If I hear that, I'm not gonna stop playing it. What's Wrong with Kendrick? I'm not gonna stop playing it. Doesn't it have? I don't know if it has Zachary on it. I'm not sure, but it was a lot. Banana off Sylvia demo. Rest in peace, Kevin Miller off Sylvia demo, nigga. Like that's really the one. Put me on a ESTG and Low Shimmy. They hard. I think my sister put me on the ESTG though. Like a year before he popped. I'm like, who the fuck is this? And I'm like, damn.
Donuts and Stuck in the Mud, he be in that bag, man.
Hell yeah. If we talking lyricism, who would I have to go for? All time? I mean, that's tough. I'm in a different space now. You know? It's hard for me to really like lock into it and be like, yeah, nah, like, because I need a combination of things. It's few artists that got a combination of the music hitting me real hard and also the lyrics being like, damn, he just said that. It's very, very rare for that to happen right now, where I'm like, oh no, he's like, this person going crazy, like they dropping bars. But I also love this song and I will come back to it, you know, because it's so musically stimulating. Young Nudy, I fuck with Young Nudy. Young Nudy got a lot of great music. Best Brent Faiyaz song. That's hard.
And I bust that Johnny with the money team.
That's tough. Damn. Nigga said none of them. I know what you're trying to say, but at the same time, Brent got like he got some shit. You get what I'm saying? Like it's definitely some songs in there. He had one. Oh no, it's not Clouded. It's definitely not. I fuck with Clouded, but like, it's just when you listening to the songs. Like if you tell somebody Brent Faiyaz is one of the greatest, well, nobody would ever say that, cause he a vibe artist too, to an extent. I mean, Sunder is definitely his best era, but I'm trying to think of a song that I would go like. Obviously, Sunder Son is a great record and project. You know how expensive that Sunder Son vinyl is? That shit like $900. It's probably not now. I could have sold. Why don't I sell my vinyl? Cause why would you do that though? You get what I'm saying? But goddamn, when I think about it, nah, he is the greatest. Let's not do that, bro. You gonna get him hate unnecessarily, and there's no reason to. There's no reason to. Chill.
Him discovering Tommy Richman is so random.
He discovered Tommy Richman? Okay, so he's a terrorist. You like rock music? To an extent. I don't like current day rock music. I'm not really on like that. I don't really have much of a perspective on, so I didn't.
Sean, did you ever check out Soba's new album?
That No ID joint, I never checked it out. And that's another thing that's getting to me now. Whenever records that you ask me about, like, if you asked me 5 years ago, Sean, Soba and No ID about to drop an album, I'd be like, well, what the fuck? Let me know the date. But it's so much music that I'm just allowing to pass me by now, and I don't know why. Music that I would just be on as soon as it came out. You lacking on good music? I think what I'm looking for is different, and I feel like I have a general like good feel for what certain artists are gonna come out with. So some of these records I'm starting to skip, like the Lupe Fiasco record where he is, I guess, like rapping through the lens of Amy Winehouse to a degree. Or I don't know if there's a song on there where he's referencing Amy Winehouse. I still haven't listened to that record. And Lupe is one of my favorite artists. Like, it's fucked up. Like, why haven't I heard that yet? But I just haven't listened to it yet. Sad Baby had the fakest promo run last year. I don't care if that album was good. It wasn't really that heavy promo for Sad Baby, though. Like, it's still a lot of people that had no clue that he even came out with any music that year, I feel like. I appreciate you, you know what I'm saying, Ass Eater. I didn't even know that was still a thing. You actually got a Uwufufu link for Playboy Cardi? What the fuck? Herbert is better than Control System. I said it. I disagree with you, but I know the sentiments of that record.
I want to get into Sampha and Daniel Caesar. Any recs on songs to start with?
I'd have to give you albums, and album-wise, Process is definitely one of my go-tos. Even his last album, I think, is great, but Process is really the one that got me like, damn, let me pay attention to this guy. And I was on that when it first dropped, too, which is funny enough, because I rarely am early to people that make music like Sampha, you know, unless we're talking about now. Daniel Caesar, you can't go wrong starting anywhere for the most part. I know a lot of people don't like Daniel Caesar for that bullshit that he said, like, around COVID time or before, but, like, if you're not listening to social media, he's one of the best singers of our generation, I feel like. So you really can't go wrong. What he had, like, the mixtape thing with Pharrell where he's standing in front of the sunshine or some bullshit. He had the most recent joint where he's running on the cover. He's got his, I don't know if you call them mixtapes, one where he's falling. I don't know the names of none of his albums, but covers wise, like, he got a lot of great music, bro. It's awesome stuff. Oh, this is where you start. I forgot the name of the album though. Fuck. Chat, I'm gonna give you the album that you start with. This is his best album.
Is there any artist you are anticipating releasing music getting out of prison?
Where is it at? Freudian. This is his best album. Easily. Start with Freudian. 100%. Like, cause when the first time I heard this album, I'm like, all right, this is cool. But then I went back maybe a year or two later, and I listened to every record. I think almost every record on this album is damn near flawless. He got some shit on here that I'm just like, how do you even think of some shit like this? Like, how do you even go? It destroyed me to watch people pretend that because he said some bullshit that he wasn't talented. It ate me up inside seeing people act like this wasn't one of the most talented singers that we've been able to spawn, especially considering how much you niggas hype up bullshit from niggas who sing, quote unquote. I was so angry that niggas was trying to pretend like he don't got it when he is so far ahead of so many of these quote unquote R&B niggas that are making music right now. Easily. Even with his recent records, they're not as good as Freudian, but still, he sings way better than you niggas, makes better songs than you niggas, creates better song structures than you niggas, uses his voice better than you niggas. You could say it's a Brent Stray, a Giveon Stray, a Drake Stray. Any nigga that tries to sing or sings in any significant way, you're not holding a candle to this nigga, bro. You're not. Unless we talking about maybe Serpent with Feet. And even he sometimes, got a record that I'm not always fond of. Like, it is what it is. Unfortunately, he's a talented dummy. I get it, but this is one of those situations where I could easily separate the art from the artist. Because that wasn't even that crazy what he said. What he said was some dumb shit just because he been hanging around too many white folks too much. Nobody actually took what he said seriously. There's just no reason for me to even be up in arms about that. I'm still listening. Bro, a colorist? That is the biggest lie. Why did people say that? Why did people come out of the woodwork and say that he is a colorist when he said nothing of the sort? This man said we should be nicer to white people, which is a very idiotic statement. But how you got colorist out of that is so crazy to me.
Mester. She's a singer from Brazil or Portugal, don't know which one, but I liked her latest album.
Hold on, let me write it down so I don't forget. He said we should be nicer to white people, and niggas said, oh, you're a colorist? What? Now, unless I'm not in the know, link me something that this man said that led you to believe that he's colorist. Because there wasn't a single thing that he said. I remember that one thing he said, and that was it whole time. Bro, stop going live at random fucking times for me to miss this shit. I mean, you didn't miss too much.
Sean, who her favorite Piston of all time?
Ben Wallace. No, that's cap. Fuck.
I wish y'all would stop acting like y'all are saints. If any of y'all were famous, these chatlogs got y'all cooked. Not even cooked. Burned.
I just don't think it's that serious, bro. Bad Boys Pistons era, Rip Hamilton. I mean, you can't go wrong with the originals. Not me. That's true. LOL. Have I said anything that's worse than we should be nicer to white people in my life? Like, honestly speaking, I don't think I... No, I understand if you show somebody like Hispanic without context, something that I've said, like, clearly it's going to look away. But in context, I haven't said anything crazy. Just gonna be honest. Dead serious. Now back to this nigga being colorist and niggas just lying on his name. Substantiate that accusation with something before I get mad. That's all I'm saying. My footprint's cooked. It's really not. It's really not, because I feel like any demographic is gonna accept me with open arms. I ain't said nothing too crazy. Bro was ready to throw Puerto Ricans in prison during LA Noir. That was the mission. Now you sucking your own dick. I mean, yeah.
Hey Sean, can you look up a rapper named G Count? Ugly Running is a great record. It's a true story on Phoneme Big Bro.
I feel like that's not gonna be a good record, but I'm gonna write it down now. I'm gonna write it down specifically because we're gonna have our music battle soon, chat. I know I said it a couple weeks ago, but I actually been finding some niggas that, you know what I'm saying, is what it is, and I hope y'all been looking too. So yeah, facts.
You have said literally shit about Mexicans, Indians, Puerto Ricans, Germans.
I ain't said shit about Indians. The most I said about Germans is, yo, watch out, because they be with them niggas. Wait, what was the name? Ugly Running? Got you. Can we do old school hip hop tournament? That sounds like the easiest way for me to commit suicide ever. But maybe one day. I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna do it in GTA. I want to beat battle you niggas. Yeah, you stuck in the 90s gang. I love you though. Ain't nothing wrong with shitting on Germans in my opinion. Whoa, chill, bro. Dutch people weren't mentioned. You're Dutch? Oh wow, learn something new every day. I never said anything about Indians, bro, and you know I haven't. Denied the Indians part, but slightly agree with the Mexicans and Puerto Ricans part. Cause I know what I've said. I know what I've said in the past. Y'all not about to gaslight
Hey,
me.
chat, have you heard of this cool guy named 454?
We all know who
He's
he
a phenomenal
is.
rapper and producer from Orlando, Florida, and he recently dropped an album called Casts of a Dreamer.
We
Real
all
good
drop
stuff.
albums. We all drop albums. Love from Indonesia, nigga. You see, this is why I feel the way I feel. You feel what I'm saying? Like, this, like, easily. Orlando, stand up. Nah, sit down. Your team ass. Yeah, we not doing that. See, we not doing that. Wait, you said this is heavenly R&B? See, that's the problem, bro. When people say heavenly R&B, usually they talking about, like, aesthetic or drenched in reverb R&B. And I'll be honest, bro, I need them niggas to stand up. Wait, what was the name of the record, though? I still want to check it out just to see. Hold on, chill. Sorrow at Sunrise, bet. Y'all don't know good R&B? I mean, most people don't. But to be fair, good R&B is still hard to come by because good R&B is barely being made. Sean don't fuck with Indian. You just keep saying that don't make it true. Just like y'all called him colorist and you provided no examples or evidence to support your claim. It's the same that can be said about me. You don't have nothing to say that I'm like I feel a certain way about, you know, Indian people. Bryson Tiller did a lot of harm for the music industry. You're right. But his influence doesn't exist without, like, Drake, for example. The whole, like, I'm a sing but not really commit to it type vibe. You know what I mean? What would you say is good R&B? That's tough. Because I feel like good R&B should be completely at least dependent upon the singer. And you have to sing. I'm sorry. I know we in a space where everybody thinks they can do everything, so some people think because someone's melodic on a track that's R&B music. It's not. Let's stop, you know what I'm saying, confusing everything. But I do think you have to sing. I do think, you know, at some point, you know, you gotta be talented vocally, or at least take classes, train your voice to a certain extent, to a certain degree. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta live in that, you know? It's so many people trying to like cross contaminate the genres because they want to cater to everybody, and they don't focus on like keeping the true and tried values of the genre at the forefront. So when you listen to R&B now and its popular versions of it, it sound like rapper shit, or it sound like this person
listen
shit.
to Through the Night by Maita.
I'm about to get
People
mad.
sleep on her so hard.
See, even with the women R&B singers, like, yeah, a lot of them be sounding like Cleo Soul, and no offense to Cleo Soul, but it's just like, damn, bro. Like another one of these records. Or Sabrina Claudio. Like, bro, come on, not another one. Chill, bro. Slow down. Have I reacted to Out of Context number 4? I haven't. People say R&B and shit will be trap shit or jazz. Yeah. Where are my Whitneys? Well, what are you talking about? Oh, Whitney Houston's? Yeah. We're not getting another one of those, though. We just not getting another one of those. Sometimes you just got to face facts, you know? Sometimes you just got to face facts. Now, unless niggas like, what's her name? Jasmine Sullivan just start, you know? Because she had a very, very, very good revival of her career. Where it was a long stretch of time where I hadn't heard from her, and then she dropped. Was it Hotels, or was it the album before Hotels? I think it was Hotels. But then she just came out of nowhere and dropped my favorite record in 2020. Don't remember the year exactly.
Sean, if you're looking for something kinda different, there is an artist named Lawful Goof. She makes music that feels alien in a way, but it's super unique and has vivid imagery.
Is it like Jessica Pratt alien, or is it like you can't tell that I'm human type alien? We'll figure it out. I want to find somebody like Lyra Pramik, because when I first found her in 2020, I was like, dude, this is insane. Like, I need to find some shit like this more often. Hotels Deluxe still give me today. Hotels Deluxe is great. The original record is great. It'd be rare when I find R&B that is just like through and through. This is getting me. Like, this is trapping me mentally. It's inescapable for me. You feel what I'm saying? I'm sorry. Excuse me. I could be a fan in the mosh pit, and Cardi could literally pour anything in my mouth. I will be honest with you.